Okay, onwards to part Act 3. We'll have a recap at the beginning, so just let that go.
Security was tight at the Monarch Gala. You took quite a risk walking into the Lion's Den.
If we were gonna kidnap Dr. Amaral, then we needed to do it from the inside.
Beth Wilder. You were quick to trust her.
We had common interests.
Is that all you had?
That's all we needed.
Well, I'm starting to think seeing a pretty lady like you is too much to hope for.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut while we get some privacy before we begin? Okay.
How about you get me out of this chair?
Stop squirming. And you're gonna need this.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Oh, what was that?
What's it look like out there?
Think she's my bae. Think she's
I
my
think we're
bae.
secure. Everyone's concentrating on the party. So far, your crazy plan's working.
And Dr. Amaral?
I don't have a fix on her. She's either at the party or at her office at the R&D facility here on the island. I'll scout out the party.
What exactly is your clearance?
So
You
you're
can just
gonna
walk
sip
in here.
champagne while I break into a high-security installation. It's like you got this all figured out.
Where are the
I'll sip my
guards?
cocktail weenie.
Oh, well, in that case,
Cocktail weenie? Oh, you should know.
My cover isn't gonna survive the night, but it'll last a little longer, so you can't walk out the front door with me. This is the quickest way to the R&D facility. I disabled the security at the back door, but there'll be guards. Contact me when you're clear.
Alright, Beth.
And Jack,
What?
you know what's at stake here. This can't be about revenge.
It was never about revenge.
I'm not here for Paul.
Oh yeah, he's here for Dr. Amaral. Kind of forgot. Beth?
Come on, let's go. This is an escape, remember?
Just trying to say something, say some goodbye words. Yeah, whatever. She can handle herself.
Good luck.
I don't need luck.
Let's do this.
Take me back? No. Pretty sure I can open it from this side, but oh, no point.
Hey! He's escaping!
Hey, the first guard. The first guard that I ever see. Fucking. Can I extend it now? Melee takedown. Ah. You just press the thing to close the door, right?
That will hurt in the morning.
What does this say?
My powers were growing. I was learning to control them better. That felt good.
Who the hell designs these doors? Okay, I'm gonna have to move
Oh,
faster to
I
get
still have my gun. I was wondering, it's like, what? Switching whip. I'm gonna have to do time rush out there. Is there anything in here? Don't think so. Looks awesome. I like this look. Still have my gun. Still have that. Oh, shit. This gun. Yes. I'm gonna use this gun to kill everyone. Hopefully I have enough bullets. Gonna time rush out. I wonder if it applies to my upgrades because I upgrade. Ah, So it'll be a different thing, right? Time rush. Multi-takedown. Oh. Focus time triggered by aiming with immediately after using time rush will last longer. I don't really care about that. I like this one. Drain less chronon energy. I'd rather that. Reduce cooldown of time blast is not exactly that great. Oh, I have a... Oh yeah, I do have the frickin' lighthouses. I remember. Seeing it from Paul's office. What's this? That's Beth. With a bunch of other dudes.
Very sci-fi and very Monarch. Something tells me it wasn't commissioned by them, though.
Yeah, very artistic as well. Who drew this? Can't see their heads. Well, the heads are kind of gone. They can't look like the heavy dudes. You know, dudes take freaking 10 shotgun shots to kill. In the face. What does this say?
Hey, Beth, I'm clear. What's next?
You'll see a radar tower up ahead soon. Let me know when you get inside.
All right.
We report coastal defense. The monument was 219 steps. Has. Persons with heart and respiratory conditions are advised not to climb. Children under age 14 must be accompanied by an adult. If you climb, take your time, watch your step. Okay, whatever. It's a park. Has a lot of steps. Oh shit. I was just looking at that. You pop up and shoot at me? Bitch. What's a turret? What can I do about a turret? Let's see. That thing just break. They're all breaking.
Oh, you could have warned me about that one, Beth.
Let's turn you off. Huh. Light machine gun. Carbine rifle. Oh, it replaces this? I'm not gonna replace this. That's this thing that's making the beeps. Beeps and the bops. It's a giant cannon. It's a giant ass cannon. Get up here. Oh. Why didn't I see you before? Oh, there we go. Wasn't even making it. Oh my god. The shell's still here. I don't want your gun. I like my marksman.
How am I getting to that radar tower?
Maybe if I do something like this.
Up you go.
Up you go.
Let's try this again.
What? Get closer. Alright, let's do this. Time rush.
All right, that's it.
Hey,
Can't they hear that?
it was just our people there. We can spin it however we want. Call it an accident. Or pin it on Joyce.
Yeah, he might as well take the blame for the mess he made.
Yeah.
There he is!
What? Just all of a sudden. There he is! Holy crap.
Fine.
What the hell kind of a stealth was that?
Time felt broken here.
Riverport Coastal Defenses. The coastal defense installation of Riverport was commissioned on August 9,
The whole cannon felt
2nd,
unstuck in time.
1940, and completed in September 1942. As America faced the realities of World War II, in addition to the fortifications, artillery also boosted an extensive tunnel system that linked Gull Island to the main island, enabling free movement of personnel and material even under siege conditions. It was built in preparation for an attack on the United States that unfortunately never came. But to say unfortunately. The original plan was called for the construction of a large naval base in Riverport to support the US Navy in the Atlantic. Taking advantage of the local shipbuilding
Monarch had
industry,
dismantled the old cannon.
but as the United States entered World War II after Pearl Harbor, a change in resourcing priorities led to those plans being scrapped. Installation was in active use throughout the war, and underground facilities continued to be used as base for Navy and intelligence work once World War II ended. Installation was decommissioned in 1961. Yeah, this was where it was, right here, where the cannon was. What? Oh. I can actually see it. I can see them building it. Well, that's interesting. Didn't know I could do that. Oh, I just want to see. Just want to see.
The timeline of the old cannon felt loose. I could shift it around.
Oh, you want me to build it? And then you want me to get on?
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
I've been thinking. Monarch projections say these stutters are getting more frequent. If one hits while we're grabbing Dr. Amaral...
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
Monarch specialist troopers have the stutterproof gear. I bet Dr. Amaral would have that in her office too.
I'll keep an eye out. See if I can grab it for you.
Shit. I didn't actually think that was the way through. I was just walking around. Enemy spotted.
Met with Joyce and Locker. Yeah, I heard he took a personal interest in her. Somebody said it's because they both got powers. I guess you gotta call them. But I heard it was something personal too. What is the deal with Serene anyway? I mean, I thought Patch was the big boss. Well, he is and he ain't. Patch is the public face. Serene's the real boss. He likes to keep a low profile. That's pretty weird. Welcome to Monarch, pal.
Hmm. How do I activate it? Damn it. Oh well, whatever. What kind of just melee, you know? Not here again.
It was just our people there. We can spin it however we want.
I got up!
They don't make
The fuck?
That's all of them.
Time felt broken here.
Well, at least I can explore the other place now.
The timeline of the old cannon felt loose. I could shift it around.
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
I've been thinking. Monarch projections say these stutters are getting more frequent. If one hits while we're grabbing Dr.
You know what?
Amaral,
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
Monarch specialist troopers have the stutter-proof gear. I bet Dr. Amaral would have that in her office too.
I'll keep an eye out. See if I can grab it for you.
Direct fire!
Alright, guys.
Everybody move! Ah!
Holy shit! The snipers one-shot you.
Hey, it was just our people there. We can spin it.
The timeline of the old cannon felt loose. I could shift it around.
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
I've been thinking. Monarch projections say these stutters are getting more frequent. If one hits while we're grabbing Dr. Amaral,
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
Monarch
Somebody's
specialist
here!
troopers have the stutter-proof gear.
We got contact!
Shit!
Fucking hit the bar twice. What the fuck? It's getting kind of annoying.
It was just...
Time felt broken here. The timeline of the old cannon felt loose. I could shift it around.
Smart place to aim the cannon, guys.
I've been thinking. Monarch projections say these stutters are getting more frequent. If one hits while we're grabbing Dr. Amaral,
You'll be frozen. Yeah, I know. It's a risk.
Who's shooting?
Monarch,
He's not dead. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Go wait for it to recharge?
Jack? I've disabled security and unlocked the gates leading to the tower. Let me know when you get there.
Thanks, Beth.
SMG, assault rifle. They really want me to use an assault rifle. Huh?
Tower.
Ah, ammo. That changes everything.
Okay. Next stop, the radar tower.
That one?
Another one. was close.
Nah, it's much easier to do when you know the trick of bending time. They were using marksman rifles, weren't they? I don't get the freaking laser or the zoom. What the hell? What the hell were they doing? Anyway, let me in, please. No. What broken door is this? It opens like that? Open outwards then. Freaking wanna.
Beth? I'm at the radar tower. Where's the lab?
Below your feet. It's all top secret. The elevator inside will take you down.
Whoa, seriously? What is this, a Bond villain lair?
You have no idea. Just don't fall into the shark tank.
Fuck.
The hell was that? I was inside, didn't notice anything.
Hello, Riverport. This is Teresa Sedmak. Happy to spend this fine evening with you good folks. We're gonna have a good time, but if you're keeping an eye on the in crowd, you know we're not gonna be the only ones. The very exciting, very exclusive Monarch Gala is tonight at their beautiful mansion on Gull Island. Of course, the event's invite only, and when they say exclusive, they really mean it. Word is even confirmed A-listers have had a lot of trouble securing an invitation. Predictably, rumors are already circulating. Some people are saying that this is not just a party, that there might be an important announcement about Monarch's future coming up. Lots of people are anxious to get in on the ground floor on whatever the new thing, if there is one, might be. It's no secret that when Monarch Solutions makes a move, it pays off. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. You'll hear about it as soon as I do, listeners. In the meantime, those of us with a view of the river will be able to enjoy the fireworks show, which is bound to be spectacular.
They're talking about explosions, aren't they? How many fireworks do they even have? Enter the radio tower? How about no? I'm going into the chopper. Let me in? I want to get out. Maybe this is how we get her out. Monarch Solutions. Do I even know how to fly a chopper? Oh.
Alright.
No, endless supply of fireworks. It's the way in, I suppose. It's the way down. I think I felt something down here. Oh. I knew it. Justified. I am always justified. Always. Alright.
Good evening. You weren't expecting somebody this handsome, I know.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Mr. Serene is preoccupied with as many duties necessary to assure we maintain control over our path forward. And that's what tonight is about. The future. We all knew this day was coming, even if many of you out there aren't sure what it means. We're entering a new phase in our operation. One that presents new risks and new demands. One that requires this. The Chronon Field Regulator, or CFR. Now, many of you know that this device has been the source of our Chronon research since 2010. But what only a select few of you know is that this device is at the center of Monarch's plans to navigate through the dangers of the future. This device... Everybody get down!
Jesus. What the hell's that about?
That was so... That felt real delayed. But yeah... This game kind of reminds me of Tiberium Sun, man. Live feed, camera 2, stage view. Can I change it? To my butt. Maintenance. Main floor radio operations helipad. We're on helipad right now.
Hey, Beth. I'm headed down into the labs.
Which one's
Okay.
labs?
Bit of confusion here at the party. Serene's right-hand man's on stage. It was supposed to be Serene.
1. Maintenance. Tell about Martin Hatch giving the speech. Oh no, copyright music. That's strange, he does kind of look like Will.
Jack, the local
Oh,
security
shit.
network just lit up.
What the
They
fuck?
No shit! Jesus.
Leave the elevator. Alright. Did it crash? Why can't I just smack him in this zone? This thing. Not sure what will happen if you touched it. You know? I'm gonna take your gun. I'll pick up my old gun. That's what I think about your gun. See where I need to go.
Dr. Emerald's office. Looks like that's one level up.
Gotcha. I have no idea. Take your gun. Take your gun. Just chucking them all on the floor. That's what I think about your guns. These are servers? I didn't know I was coming down anyway. Man. Also secretive.
Doesn't look right.
Time shield, let's try that. Am I getting smacked? Oh. No use hiding, man. Give me your gun. Wait, you don't even have a gun. Maybe you have the same gun. Where to go? He has a gun. Oh, what?
Getting more frequent.
That fucking shit. These guys didn't even move. Can you even go
What the
through
hell
that?
is this?
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
What is that? It's like I'm being drained.
Chronon dampeners. Definitely don't like that.
What the hell do they need things like that?
The device drained my powers.
We refer to it as a chronon dampener.
Oh, really? Well, think about your chronon dampener. Oh, shoot. that gunfire? 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 Prone disrupted wave function subjects, aka shifters. Oh, shifters. Theorized to exist in a state of quantum superposition, surrounded by a highly dangerous distortion field, highly resistant to injury, conventional weapons useless, populate the end of time, can only exist in zero state, inside stutters, appearances likely once fractured progresses, as a result shifters cannot enter stutter-proofed areas. Keep a distance, oh my god. You mean there's a shifter right here? Is there a shifter loose right here? Lifeboat protocol from Pole Serene to lifeboat maintenance. Greetings, lifeboat personnel. The day has finally come to commence phase 3 of our plan. Tonight I will be hosting a gala to celebrate this monumental achievement, to which you are all invited. By now you have likely heard of the events that took place earlier today at Robot University. Our path forward has not been impacted by this minor setback. We are ready for what comes next. Your part in the journey has not yet begun. But the onset of the fracture will bring with it new challenges that are worth reiterating. I am not able to go over many of these issues in detail at tonight's gala because many guests will not have knowledge of the lifeboat protocol. As such, I am including a high-level document outlining key points worth addressing. Path forward, journey ahead, lifeboat protocol, status of the survival program, shifters, dangers awaiting us at the end of time, R&D tour, our future at work. Okay. Let's get coffee. Okay. The path forward. When you are first chosen for the lifeboat protocol, you are sent a package illustrating in great detail several events that will come to pass. You are stressed that these events were unavoidable. Many of you were reluctant to believe this, but every single one of those events have since occurred, including, to our great regret, the onset of the fracture. This provides empirical evidence of my knowledge and understanding of the future, and I trust it has dispelled your doubts. No future event that I have experienced can ever be prevented. This includes the end of time. It cannot be avoided. However, it can be survived. Survival in the end of time has been the primary mission of the Monarch Solution since its inception. Your loyalty to this cause will prove invaluable as we move forward. No, this isn't easy, but in the face of immutable facts, sacrifices must be made in the name of our survival. From this point forward, we will have to start making those sacrifices at a rapid pace. While we do know the exact date and time at which the complete end of time will occur, our knowledge about the escalation in stutters and time anomalies leading to it is far less complete. We do, however, know that it will be dangerous. For the first time in 17 years, we are entering a phase of the relative unknown. Adjustments will need to be made along the way, both in response to the effects of the fracture's progress and the less cosmic events that we will find ourselves in. We ask for your patience in this trying time. Lifeboat protocol. You are the chosen few who will survive the end of time. When time stops, your journey will continue in the safety of the lifeboat. The chronon particle harvesting operation is nearing completion. The lifeboat has been confirmed to be able to run solely on that chronon power, as regulated by the chronon field regulator. Current data indicates that the lifeboat will remain sustainable for approximately 50 years. Subjective years, of course, as no time at all will pass outside the lifeboat. Given the preliminary research we have achieved using the CFR, we estimate that it will take at least 2 subjective decades for the lifeboat team to discover a permanent solution for the end of time. Given the nature of the problem, this is, of course, highly speculative, and the solution could prove to be more elusive than we're hoping. However, by the time the lifeboat protocol is activated, we are confident that we'll be able to increase our chronon particle reserves and their sustainability to a point where we have a runtime of upwards of 200 subjective years. Or to put it another way, if there is a solution to the end of time, I am 100% confident that the lifeboat team will have the necessary time to discover it. Shifters. We briefed you all on the danger of Chronon disrupted wave function subjects, or what are now being referred to as shifters. We estimate that they will begin to emerge within stutters only as the end of time nears. The lifeboat has been tested, and we can say with absolute certainty that the stutter-proof technology will protect the lifeboat from shifters. Using a living sample in Dr. Kim's lab, we have proven that shifters cannot manifest without the presence of a stutter. We will make sure that you are transported to the safety of the lifeboat before they arrive. Floor 3 of the lifeboat has been built to house the Monarch Solutions Striker and Juggernaut squads, paramilitary unit trained to combat shifters at the end of time. Their presence will likely not concern. However, in the event that travel outside safety, the lifeboat proves to be necessary for any reason, the Striker teams have been trained to navigate the end of time and successfully eliminate shifters. 4. R&D Tour. Tonight we will be sending you VIP passes for the gala, which will permit entry into our high-security R&D facility on Gull Island. Many of you are, of course, already intimately familiar with these areas, given your technological and scientific expertise. Those who aren't will undoubtedly find it interesting. You're welcome to join a tour to view the various pieces of tech that Monarch has developed during Phase 2 to prepare for our journey forward. I welcome you to take this opportunity to see for yourself that every development necessary for the lifeboat protocol is completely on schedule. Your dedication to our cause will assure our survival. Dark times are coming, but you are the light at the end of the tunnel. You are humanity's salvation and hope. Together we will survive. All serene. Hey, you can understand what he's doing, right? Right, Jack? You did see what was happening, right? I can hear them running.
Okay, I gotta get to Dr. Admiral's office.
What?
When Paul visited me in that cell, he said time was a closed loop. Believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. Seeing the scale of that facility made me wonder. Time was ending? What was it all for?
Dr. Admiral's office. Looks like that's one level up.
Just get that fucker. What are they doing?
The alarm would trigger as soon as the stutter broke. I was on borrowed time.
What are they doing? Are these toilets? There's a toilets. I have a feeling that's the right way.
The chart showed that all of Monarch's major technological advancements started in 2010. Around the same time that something else happened.
Ground zero.
Burst 5 pistol. Yeah, I should have burst 5 pistols. Give me a pistol. Damn it. Felt that. There's something in this room. There is something. Can I break through the glass? Doubt it. I want to get over there. This area is glowing. It's very strange. You bitch!
Oh, God.
Easy does it. Are you kidding me? Shit. Maybe I should just get shot. So I can go back. Get away from the door.
Looks like I need to find another way inside.
Damn it! I only went the right way. Damn it. Oh, I can squeeze through. One of the heavy dudes. I'm holding like a pistol.
What the fuck?
This really hurts.
It's gotta have some goddamn weakness.
It's back. The yellow thing on the back.
Beth?
Oh
Not the
my
radar tower.
god, what?
Where's the ladder?
What the
Below your
fuck?
feet. It's all top secret. The elevator inside.
Are you kidding me?
Whoa, seriously? What is this, a Bond villain lair?
You have no idea.
That fucking shit.
Just don't fall into the shark tank.
Be right back. Alright, third time's the charm. Yeah, I have to dodge those shots. I can't take them head on. He's shooting himself? Am I doing this right?
Yes. That's the reason.
Fucking finally.
That was hardcore.
I don't think I can carry that gun.
Target has been lost. Over.
Oh god.
Which way is Amron's office?
Couldn't tell if I was hitting it or not. I can feel something here.
Oh, hello. Let's try that again.
Oh, it's a lift. How about maybe later? What's this?
It was clear that Monarch had been building the chronon technology for years. They were prepared for the fracture.
None of it would have been possible without the CFR.
Is that the countermeasure? I don't want me to use shotgun. Would shotgun would have been better for that particular thing? No.
These things were designed like walking tanks.
They weren't for you. Don't flatter yourself.
The harness? Suppose. I'm pretty sure there was a person in there. Made it seem like a robot.
We might be able to get out from here.
What happens if I press the button? Jumping puzzle.
Guessing this isn't the usual employee route.
Wait, there were dudes up here? Huh. And then the start is just gonna end. It's like, what the fuck happened there? Most likely. Thought if they were gonna hide anything, it'll be up here. Okay, jump of the century. Almost missed it. Start a proof zone beyond this wall. Okay. Unlucky bastards were caught in the stutter zone. I'll get in there.
Dr. Emerald's office must be close.
They both go to the same place. Chronon Research Unit. The space is 21 to 30. Startup briefing. Activation level 1. Oh, kind of nice in here.
I knew that Monarch had technology to let their soldiers move in stutters, but this was bigger than that. Somehow, time flowed normally in that area. Suddenly, Monarch's lack of concern about time stopping made a hell of a lot more sense.
Yes, they're trying to survive the only way they know how. By balls and stuff like that. Is that the only thing? Can I interact with it? Make it stop? Some are going faster, some are going slower. Is that supposed to be how it's supposed to be? They have a weird mesh on them though. Yeah. Is that all this room is? Just to see balls go bouncing around? Sure, why not? How much money did it take to build a room like this? I wonder. No, I'm not gonna get killed by this fucking door. Go through all that shit just to get killed by a door. What the fuck? No. I'll not allow it.
No alarms. Looks like nobody here knows about the mess I made on the way in. Nice job, Beth.
Friday social. Do not use the radar tower entrance as a smoking area. Turn on text wanted. Please return all used cups to the kitchen. Return your cups so nobody has to die. Okay. Sounds really protective of the kitchen. Find Admiral's office. I have a feeling it'll be upstairs, right? Tempted to go downstairs. What's downstairs? So what thing about your sight? Yeah, that's right. That's bad. Damn it. Program, Steve. Don't even worry about it. Oh, Lifeboat Protocol. Is your wife gonna be in it? Or is she gonna be left out like the rest of them? So many computers in here. Computers. Okay, I gotta do two things anyway. Let's check this place out. It's just maths. The more people, the bigger the area we need to prove. God damn it. Martin Hatch, gala speech to Clarice Ogawa. Paul Serene has become preoccupied with the appearance of Jack Joyce. He has put aside his engagements at tonight's gala in order to focus on some feeble attempt to convert Jack to our cause. This distraction presents us with a perfect opportunity to push our agenda. Tonight we send Monarch into a state of chaos. Tonight we ensure Paul Serene's downfall. Jackie is reading this, right? I have managed to convince Paul to allow me to deliver the gala speech on his part, creating the perfect cover. Steps are as follows. Convince? I don't think you need to convince him at all. You just said, you do it. Gala shooting. I will be delivering Paul's speech at the gala very soon. I have arranged for an inside resource to fire shots in my direction from a vantage point halfway through the speech, narrowly missing me on stage. This will throw the gala into pandemonium, and destabilize Monarch to a point where Paul's authority and control of the situation will be called into question. More immediately, it will force Monarch to initiate security measures that will lead to Sophia Amaral being locked into a nearby Monarch villa for her protection. Drone sabotage. Very great of him to list his plan in great detail onto an unsecured computer. Stetson will recalibrate Joan A7's flight pattern and cause it to crash directly into the villa, killing Sophia Amaral. Really doesn't like her, huh? And therefore removing Paul Serene's only means of developing the treatments necessary for his sickness. And he really doesn't like Paul as well. Treatment lab demolition in the aftermath of Amaral's death. I will head an investigation that will allow me to gain access to Dr. Kim's lab, where the entirety of Paul's treatments are kept. Demolition charges will be planted and every single treatment will be destroyed. With no further treatments forthcoming, Paul will be rendered helpless. With the stutters happening more and more often, I predict that Paul's sickness will take hold within 6 hours of these events. Only then will we make our final move. Jackie is reading this, right? You had an option before. Oh, look at this guy. So slow. Oh no. From Fiona Miller to Beth Wilder. Joyce in custody. Is this Beth Wilder's thing? Our plans might actually overlap once. I'm going to attempt to access Dr. Kim's lab tonight during the gala to find out if he knew about the countermeasure. I still think that's our strongest lead. However, if I get inside, I should be able to shut down some of the security measures from inside. The problem is that getting inside that lab might prove to be a long shot. I couldn't get a hold of Amaral's keycard, so I've resorted to shameless flirting in order to find a means in. I'm going to the gala as Charlie Wincott's date, in hopes that he can get me inside. Don't flatter yourself, Fiona. That's if I can hold back from punching out the douche for that long. Consider this a test of restraint. Know that you think Jack is the key to obtaining the countermeasure, but the evidence is really stacking up that Dr. Kim knew something about the device. All the research he did in that lab is classified. They're hiding something big in there. I'll let you know what I find. I'd warn you that our plan on the island sounds reckless, but I'm sure you're fully aware. Keep in mind that the minute Dr. Amaral goes missing, the entirety of Monarch is going to be hunting you down. She's the only thing keeping Serene alive. He won't let her go without a fight. Keep safe. Fiona Miller, Beth Wilder. Yeah, oops. I'm sure you noticed that things didn't go exactly according to plan at Ground Zero. Seems like a running theme tonight. Can't go into details now, but I found something that I believe is the key to retrieving the countermeasure. Solution is in sight. Need to kidnap Sophia Amaral in order to get to work. Jack gave himself up as part of the plan to get him inside. I'm on my way to release him, so you can get to Amaral. Poor man's Trojan horse. Desperate times, desperate measures. What's your status? Any update on Dr. Kim's lead? Might need your help. The instant pull this off. Any chance you can load security and around the R&D facility? Scott word that Jack Joyce is in Monarch custody. Walked right into the mansion in Gull Island and gave himself up. What the hell are you two up to? If you want to help on your side, you need to know what's going on, Fiona. Okay. Sorry about your TBS reports. So many frickin' shit. Martin hatched instructions for tonight to Monarch security team people. It appears that we have been overtaken by events, and we have had to adjust our plans accordingly. As yet, no doubt where we are. Now I have Jack Joyce in custody. Gave himself up a bit earlier tonight as Mr. Serene had a personal interest in Joyce and the information he might have. He will be interrogating him at the detention center on the island. Fortunately, this means that Mr. Serene cannot be there for the speech he was scheduled to give at the gala event tonight, so I'll have to stand in for him. I have some new security requirements pertaining to that, but I'll discuss those with the specific individuals in person. Furthermore, be aware that in addition to Joyce, we also have Liam Burke held at the detention center, despite his long service to Monarch. Burke is now to be considered hostile and has already done quite a bit of damage to us. I shouldn't have to say this, but just to be absolutely clear, Any orders given by him should be ignored. Those are the security team leads. Those developer-looking people. Please ensure that Joyce is ready for Mr. Serene. Also, please bear in mind that Joyce is chronon active and extremely dangerous. He has given himself up voluntarily, so it's entirely possible he doesn't intend to cause trouble. Let's make sure we're prepared if he does. We don't know his motivations, and I would not put it past him to use his surrender as a means to exact a hidden agenda. Martin Hatch. My god, it's so much shit. There's something down there.
That's Emerald's office.
Yep. So I'm avoiding that. Freaking biggest corner office. Alan Wake. The fuck? Greetings, Monarch team leads. It has been brought to my attention that there is some confusion as to the reason for the upcoming event evening on Gala Island. I understand that some feel that such a celebration is frivolous, even misguided, in the aftermath of last month's events at the Riverport University and the new and now present steadily advancing fracture in time. These concerns are understandable, but they are missing the bigger picture. Monarch Solutions is now entering a phase in which its true purpose will be fulfilled. We have finally arrived at the moment for which we have spent years preparing. The purpose of this event is twofold. First of all, for those selected to be part of the Lifeboat project as scientists, technicians, support personnel, or in some other role, it will be important to see and hear Paul Serene. Continued confidence in the survival program is vital for the continued survival of Monarch. What? And ultimately the human race itself. This is particularly important given recent events. We need to present to... God damn it. Ultimately, the human race itself. This is particularly important given recent events. We need to present a desirable and reassuring counterpoint to the sacrifice we've had to make. Naturally, not everybody at the party will be among the chosen few, so a certain degree of informational hygiene will be required. I trust you will ensure that those reporting to you are informed precisely to the degree necessary. Secondly, for all the autonomy and vast resources, Monarch is not functionally independent from the rest of the society. Nor for the plans to succeed, we need to support and cooperation of the authorities and numerous business partners. And though they don't know our true goals, demonstration of power and confidence, as well as certain judicious investments of currency and influence, will go a long way towards securing that support. Our PR blitz has been working well, but in order to maintain momentum, we must maintain an amicable relationship with Riverport's leadership. Our entire approach is based on the idea of Monarch stepping in to assist the authorities and being welcomed by citizens and city administration alike. Should the latter suddenly declare Monarch's help unwanted or unsanctioned, our entire strategy could collapse in a few hours. That would be disastrous for our plans. In conclusion, this is a tremendously important event for the future of Monarch Solutions, and for the future itself. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. It's just so much. So fucking much. Alright, bottom floor. Let's go. Yeah, bottom floor first. Let's grab the harness. Oh, he was just about to turn it on. Unlucky.
It was technology that allowed people to move inside a stutter.
But too heavy to carry, I assume.
That's why I had to find the lighter model in Emerald's office.
Oh. Too heavy to carry? Yeah, maybe. Should I just press the button for him? And turn it on for him?
I knew I couldn't leave the offices before locating Dr. Amaral.
Oh, this is the way out. Gotcha.
Guns made to operate in a stutter. Paul had clear priorities. When time ends, guns don't.
Need to some way to deal with the shifters.
Alright, that's it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. From Sophia Emerald, the Time Machine, to Monarch Team Leads. Wait, Monarch Team Leads? Those are the same guys as Security Team Leads. Eh. Oh well, whatever. Hello. I've just been informed that the Time Machine core was obtained from the university has reached Monarch HQ safely. And is currently being installed into the new Time Machine corridor system we have constructed there. As you know, the core of the Time Machine is the Time Machine. The corridor around it is merely the user interface. This means, of course, that once the installation work is complete, we have effectively moved the Time Machine from the university into the Monarch HQ. That said, we don't intend to use it. Well, they have it then. Let me repeat that. There are no current plans to use the Time Machine. We are not sure how safe it would be to use, given that its initial activation has caused a fracture. I personally believe that now that the core has been activated, further use would be safe. But make no mistake, this is a hypothesis, not a given fact. We know that the Time Machine taps into the universal Mayor Joyce field, and somehow that connection has caused a fracture in the field. Apparently because of a misconfiguration. Well, looking into the specifics. Until we know for sure, it'll be irresponsible to use the machine. However, having it in place gives us a degree of control. It allows us, in an emergency, to travel backwards, although we obviously can go no further than the time of its activation, last night, or forwards, as might be required. Obviously, being fully secured and our building's restricted area on the top floor also means that nobody else can use the machine. I have to reiterate that the only person who may authorize the use of the time machine is Paul Serene. I do not have that authority. Martin Hatch does not have that authority. The only person who does is Mr. Serene. Takes this issue very seriously. I strongly suggest that you do the same. Dr. Sophia Amaral, Head of Research. He's not going to let anyone use it. Can I talk? Check out Burke's contacts. Who is he working with? Brenner's mug. What? It said that on the frickin' mug? What are you writing down here? Huh? Pronon filter. I see. Add the converted. Bunch of bullshit. From Charlie Wincott. What's up, girl? To Fiona Miller. Well, as far... Oh, let's start at the beginning. So I had a dream about you last night. It wasn't anything bad, but don't worry. But it was pretty fucking weird. Let's just say that if you have a second mouth hidden under your arm that keeps on insisting that the international stock market's being controlled by the Pittsburgh Steelers, this would be a real good time to tell me. I mean, I don't usually have premonitions or anything. I don't believe in that crap, but just the same. I hate for that one to turn out to be true. Oh, and also that mouth eats nothing but sausages. Real chompy chomp style. So, you know, there's probably nothing Freudian happening there. Just wanted you to know. What are you up to, Charlie? I understand that she wants to punch you. What the fuck? Jesus, Charlie, I can tell you're a man of great sophistication. Did you major in smooth talk or... Actually, hey, speaking of education, I heard rumors about that op coming up at the university. I know you know, because you always know about that sort of stuff. Sounds pretty serious. How's all that about? Yona. As far as the university thing goes, I can't really talk about that. I mean, yeah, obviously I know I'm like the first person to talk about something like that, but it's classified. Sure as hell wouldn't put that down in an email. Yes, like so many other people. So maybe you should just come down and talk to me, you know, if I was free to talk about it. Which I'm obviously not. Bring food. Seriously, I can't talk about it. I don't even want to know how you know about it. But you should still bring me food. Not sausages. Don't make this weird, Charlie. Nice. Okay. To Admiral's office. Done everything? Oh, it's just 3 orange shit. Okay. Aha! I mean, there's 2 computers just to go with
The
this.
Admiral had tried to warn Paul. The end of time was approaching quickly. Less than 24 hours away.
Mr. Serene believed it would take years to run its course. Admittedly, he was wrong.
To Sophia Emerald from Paul Serene. Sophia. As promised in our last session, I am now going to transcribe what I recall from my dreams. I still have doubts that this exercise will help alleviate my symptoms, but I'm willing to explore the idea further if you truly believe in its merit. For someone who is not a medical doctor, let alone a mental health professional, you seem to take a great interest in my thoughts, not that I don't appreciate. Here is my first attempt. I recall a haunting image of 7 red doors. Each door had a wrought iron handle that was dripping liquid metal into the ground, creating a pool in the middle of the room. I looked down into the aqueous metallic glow at my feet to see my own glimmering reflection, revealing that I had aged half a lifetime. Startled, I looked back up to discover that only one door remained. Jack Joyce stood in front of it. The heat in the room was overwhelming. Jack was sweating profusely. Oh my god. Is this a fanfic? His skin red and peeling open. He begged me to take him back home. But there was no door leading home. I opened the only door left and entered, discovering that we were back in the same room we just exited. He refused to come into terms with this and opened the door again. I followed him over and over as he desperately opened the doors, forever leading us back to where we started. The heat grew, and he howled in pain, begging to know why I made the other doors disappear, why there was only one path, and begged me to bring the other doors back. He begged me to take him home. The iron pool burst into flames. Jack screamed in agony. I grabbed him, told him that we needed to learn to endure the heat, to embrace the flame. I knew I would survive, come to pass eventually. It would come to pass eventually. But the only way to survive it was to accept its inevitability. My body began swaying rapidly, dancing to the movement of the flames around me until my bones faded out of existence and I surrendered to the flame, to the fire, until we were one and the same. I was no longer one being in one place in time. My life force spread evenly across the flames until I was no longer an individual in one body, but a grand, shifting entity. I could feel Jack being consumed within my essence. Oh my god. I felt the power within the heat, clarity of intent. I forgot about my desire to ever return from the flames, because the body that once desired to return was lost forever. and became the very thing that I entered, and it became me. Cyclical fury chasing itself. Ouroboros. I woke up in a cold sweat. I quickly wrote down words and poisoned my mind in that moment. Delmore Schwartz was right. Time is the fire. Oh, interesting story, bro. With Jack Joyce in our custody, I thought it relevant to forward you a message you sent me years ago. Do not underestimate the significance he holds in your life. I understand your concern that he is reluctant to accept the inevitability of what is coming. However, when he sees the whole picture, we have no choice but to leave. We all had our doubts once you showed us the light. Give him time. Well, we don't have much time. Now do it. Now do it. Now do it. That's the little thing, I think. This must be some reports. Let's take a look. See if I'm briefing. That's so much fucking text. By Sophia Amaral, it's no exaggeration to say that the Chronon Field Regulator, or the CFR, is the heart of all Monarch's technological advances. It has taken on a somewhat mythical quality, given its origins and the vital role it plays in the Lifeboat project. But in actuality, the CFR's applications are very practical. Where'd it come from? I don't know. That's not to say the CFR hasn't had a course-altering impact on the work Monarch solution does. It has been hugely influential in the development of both stutter-proofing technology that allows us to shield larger areas from the effects of a zero state, enabling time to keep flowing within them, even as it stops everywhere else, as well as the smaller personalized application of the same technology. The portable chronon harnesses now allow our soldiers and technicians to operate freely within stutters. We think of Dr. Henry Kim as the father of all this technology, and deservedly so. But for all of his brilliance, it was his dedication to uncovering the secrets of the CFR that allowed him to make his breakthroughs. Despite Dr. Kim's hard work, the CFR's functionality is still not fully understood. Who made it? Where did it come from? I'm pretty sure it's the countermeasure. And we have not been able to replicate the device. Having more than one of them would obviously be greatly advantageous to us, but we find ourselves in a precarious position, where in order to fully investigate it, we would have to take it apart. Given its immense power, such an undertaking would pose obvious risks. Perhaps even more importantly, there's no guarantee that we will be able to put it back together again. Given that it's vital to the implementation of the Lifeboat Protocol, it's our policy to leave it intact. We do know, however, that the CFR can not only store an immense amount of chronon particles, it can also tap into the Mayor Joyce field, both and with great precision. Manipulate it. It's the unique ability that our own chronon technology replicates, albeit at far less control and efficiency. It's also what makes the Lifeboat Protocol a reality, but by itself, our standard proofing technology is powerful and reliable, but its rate of chronon particle consumption is high, and it increases at an alarming rate as we widen the volume of space and standard proofing covers. This would, on the face of it, make the standard proofing a very temporary solution indeed, one that could perhaps buy us some subjective weeks before we enter a permanent zero state, but which would ultimately only delay the inevitable. However, the CFR changes all of that. When the permanent standard proofing installed on the lifeboat, indeed, the very standard proofing that makes the lifeboat in the first place, is directed by the CFR, the system becomes vastly more efficient. Our chronon particle consumption is reduced to around 1% of what it otherwise would be. Given that chronon particles are hard to source, even at our ground zero installation, our stockpiles are decidedly limited. This means that the CFR makes the difference between the lifeboat being a temporary stopgap solution or a very long-term undertaking that hopefully allows us to eventually find a solution to the end of time. Motherfucker, I didn't... Fucking hell. So much reading. Oh my god. Projected fracture progression. We looked at the preliminary data on the frequency and severity of the stutters and crunched the numbers. The results are alarming. Our original projection, which gave us years until the fracture reached the point where the time breaks down completely, does not match up with the progression of stutters we are experiencing, but simply the stutters are happening more and more frequently, clearly indicating that the Mayor-Joyce field is breaking down much faster than we thought. Taking the rate of acceleration, you can only hypothesize that we might have as little as 24 hours until we reach the end of time, or the point at which time stops and no longer starts up again. We do not want to know why the original projection was wrong, and why that data, which we do consider reliable, coming as it does from Mr. Serene, seems to entirely contradict the current findings. Regardless, the main issue seems clear. In order to achieve Monarch Solutions' stated goals, the lifeboat protocol should be activated ASAP. Yeah, I think the CFR is the countermeasure. Oh my god. Slideshow? Oh my god. Slide 1. Much of what we know about the shifters is theoretical, based on observations made by Mr. Serene and the limited experimentation we have been able to conduct on the only subject we have managed to capture. They do not seem to have stable physical presence, rather, the data we are gathering appears to be fragmented and contradictory, as if there were countless versions of the subject occupying the same space. Our current theory is that they somehow exist in a persistent state of quantum superposition, or to put it another way, the reference to famous Schrodinger's cat thought experiment. The cat is both alive and dead at the same time. The full mechanics and implications of this exceed our current understanding, but on a practical level, seems to make them highly resistant to injury. It appears that even if the shifter encounters deadly force, it may kill one of its aspects, but because it exists in multiple iterations itself, including iterations that were not killed by the force, it doesn't stop. Current theory suggests that the only way to stop a shifter is to cause its wave function to collapse from the superposition to a single eigenstate. In practical terms, a shifter must be affected with deadly force enough times for it to run out of healthy versions of itself. As such, direct confrontation with a shifter should be a last resort. Slide 2. Contact with the shifter is extremely dangerous. We know that they are essentially mobile repositories of vast amounts of chronon particles, and that they can only exist in the zero state. An area which has been depleted of chronon particles, typically by a fault in the Mayor-Joyce field that encompasses the universe. Colloquially refer to these as stutters. In time. You also know that shifters are hostile to any source of chronon particles other than themselves within stutters, and that many chronon active individuals within a stutter may find themselves targeted by shifters. It appears that movement in stutters, by which we mean the very movement of particles within the space of which time flows, not merely the movement of an individual disturbs them, and they respond with considerable aggression. As discussed previously, shifters are extremely resistant to damage. They are also quite physically formidable, but their biggest threat is the distortion field around them. Its exact nature is unknown, but we know it warps the properties of the space surrounding them, exerting great physical stress and unpredictable forces on the surroundings. Again, in practical terms, close proximity to a shifter may be fatal, even if no actual physical contact takes place. Slide 3. The stutter-proofing technology Monarch Solutions has advanced offers solid protection against shifters. Time flows normally within a stutter-proof area, so shifters simply cannot exist within them. Therefore, as long as stutter-proofing remains active, shifters are not a problem. However, stutter-proofing a large outside areas is not feasible given our chronon particle budget, so we have developed other technology to defend against shifters, the chronon dampeners. Chronon dampener works by annihilating free-floating chronon particles within a specified area, and shifters forms a hypersaturated with chronon particles. They cannot enter an area which the chronon dampener is active without their wave function collapsing. Therefore, our operatives in the field have a solid portable defense against shifters. Oh, portable, huh? Our own technology is shielded against the dampener's effects, so that activities in stutters undertaken by our strikers and other operatives are not hindered. However, as an unfortunate side effect, the dampeners have a crippling effect on individuals who are chronon active without the aid of technology. Maybe I should strap on one of these suits. Accordingly, should Mr. Serene be present, you should always make him aware of your intentions before activating a dampener. You may rest assured that the dampener is not powerful enough to do actual physical harm to Mr. Serene. This system constantly produces new chronon particles to replace the ones that are lost, but as the dampener's effects are unpleasant and enervating, such an encounter is likely to lead in an awkward conversation about future career prospects. Okay, let's go.
That there looks like what Beth wanted. Oh, shit. Emerald's at the party. The stutter won't last. I better find a way out of here and get to the party.
Okay. Let's go. My God, that was a lot of shit.
Quite expensive piece of tech you stole.
Bill me. I knew Beth's cover wouldn't last long. Had to get it to her at the party before it was too late.